All right, it's the wedding episode. Who's gonna walk down the aisle? Well, let's talk about Love is Blind, season 7, episode 12. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass, and it is finally here, the big day, the wedding day. We get to find out who gets married and who doesn't make it down the aisle. Let's talk about Love is Blind, season 7, episode 12. It comes to Netflix on October 25th, 2024. It is a long episode, it's like an hour and 20 minutes, so good amount of time. And we get to see who makes it and who doesn't make it. I liked some parts of it. First, like 20 minutes were frustrating, but that had some drama, which we've been lacking in this season. And then the wedding itself, they were very nice. They were lovely. There was a little less drama in the weddings, but kind of expected. They have kind of weeded out all the couples that are not going to make it. And so when we get to the weddings, it seems fairly straightforward. So I guess we'll just jump in and talk about the episode. Talk about there's like three major events that happen. Each of them deals with one of the couples. And so I guess first we'll talk with Marissa and Ramses, who sadly don't make it. I thought they would. They seemed really happy. At the end of the last episode, there were some cracks forming that made me think they might not make it. And here we have lots of cracks forming, and it pretty much is mostly Ramses. Ramses is being kind of a little baby, I guess. Like he is unsure if he wants to marry Marissa, which is fair. They've only known each other for like 40 days, but he did propose to her. He did say he was going to marry her, did seem to be happy, but now it seems like he's having second thoughts. He says something like the energy is different. So I don't know if maybe, after the week-long honeymoon phase, they're trying to settle into normal life and he doesn't like that. But he keeps talking about how he's like worried about, essentially like worried about disappointing her. It's kind of a weird circular argument. Like where like Ramsey is saying like, "Oh, I've been married before and getting divorced was horrible. I don't know if I want to do that with you. In order to do that, I'm not going to get married." So it's like you're never going to get married again if you're worried about getting divorced again because like that's always a possibility. Yeah, they could get divorced. I mean, given how Ramsey's acting, they probably would have gotten divorced. But he was just basically saying, like, hey, look, like, because I don't want to hurt you, or well, that's what he says. Probably doesn't want to hurt himself. Um, I don't want to marry you because we could get divorced in the future, and I've already been through that. And so in the end, it seems like Ramsey's just got cold feet. Understandable given the experiment, but he also just like destroys Marissa in the process because she was all in. Like she had the chance for Bodhi. Bodhi would have been great. She didn't choose him. She chose Ramses. Seems like a bad mistake. Seems like a bad choice. And so they eventually split off. They call it off. They don't get married, and Marissa is devastated. So that was a like spicy opening of this episode. And then we get to kind of like the more conventional things. So the both couples have a bachelorette party. The boys go to a Wizards game. It's pretty cool. They're as sweet. They get to watch the game, and then Garrett and Tyler get on the floor for like a halftime competition, which is and which is interesting because I don't know, I didn't search, but I assume this means that people knew that at least Garrett and Tyler were like finalists because they were at this Wizards game. I guess maybe they could just say, oh, this is just some sort of like event for Love is Blind because they specifically say Love is Blind. They specifically say Garrett and Tyler. They have this competition with them, and I think Wiz, the mascot, that they have to like go and do a layup and run back. It's kind of like musical chairs. Tyler is way better at basketball than Garrett. Garrett's like super in shape, super athlete, not good at basketball. He missed a layup. Tyler's goes smooth as butter, runs back, wins the competition. He gets an autographed ball. So, but it's fun. It's like fun to see them. It seems like they are also pretty close, which is what I've liked about these last couple episodes. It seems like the ones that have made it this far are pretty close to each other and like kind of have camaraderie because of this crazy experiment. So they're all happy. They're all there. Some of the boys from either side are there as well to like celebrate with them. And so they have this like fun bachelor party night. Now the girls do like a cute pajama party. It's very like Instagram friendly. Lots of cool little like setups, pictures, fun place settings, things like that. Things that you would post on Instagram about how great your night is. So they also seem to have fun. And again, it seems like Taylor and Ashley are also pretty close. They also seem, to have grown together and bonded over this crazy experiment. So that was also fun to see. Now we get to the weddings, and the weddings are pretty uneventful. Now, Ashley and Tyler's wedding is, pretty great. Tyler starts to have some doubts. It seems like I think he's just nervous. It's a big decision. He says that he has nerves, things like that. But it seems like people are able to talk to him. It doesn't seem like he's like questioning it. I think he's just like nervous about a big life decision, which happens, whatever. They do the wedding. The officiant has this like cringe line, which I did not love about people, either officiants. Either officiants were like asking, like, well, I guess we'll now see if love is actually blind. I'm like, dude, this is like an actual wedding. I mean, I know it's promotional, but you could keep the promo stuff out of the actual ceremony itself. But in any event, they do it. They have their ceremony. They get married. And I did love like both of the ceremonies. They were similar locations, similar setups, but they each had like a different feel to it. Like Tyler and Ashley's ceremony, they had like flower dancers down the aisle, which I thought was really cool. And then at the end of the ceremony, before they like walked down the aisle, they jumped over the broom, which was a cool little touch that they added to their ceremony. So I did like that like the ceremonies themselves weren't cookie cutter. They both felt unique and individual to both couples. So Tyler and Ashley's goes off pretty nicely. I mean, Tyler was wearing no-show socks at his wedding, which I don't know if that's hip these days. I don't know what the kids wear these days. It felt a little weird, but hey, you know what? It's your wedding. You do it. Now, Taylor and Garrett's wedding was also very sweet. Theirs felt a little bit more like traditional. But they also just feel like a good couple. I feel like they are 100% gonna last. It feels like they are really happy together. And the nice thing is the families also feel like they're pretty happy together. Like Taylor's dad went to see Garrett before and they kind of like joked for a little bit and seemed to have like a nice father-son moment. And Garrett asked for some help putting on his clip-on tie, which I thought was a little embarrassing, but you know what? He needed the help and Taylor's dad was there for him. And also Garrett didn't shave. Like, come on, man. I mean, it's your wedding. Shave. He had this like horrible looking like he had this like light beard on and I was like, come on, Garrett, like shave, clean yourself up. But again, it's his wedding. He can make his own bad decisions. Now, just like Tyler and Ashley's, their wedding was pretty uneventful. I mean, it was sweet, it was cute, it was beautiful. No major drama here either. And it went off without a hitch. One thing I loved is like Taylor talked about how much fun she had today and how she was like, she thought that maybe she'd be like worried during her wedding. I was like, I mean, you have a TV show doing everything for you, getting the venue, booking all the stuff, probably paying for the food, probably paying for the drinks, probably, paying for all the accoutrements of a wedding. Like, yeah, it's gonna be less stressful. You just get to go enjoy. I mean, I think they bought the dresses too, and I assume they rented the tux. Like, it seems like everything was placed together for them, and so I'm glad that Taylor had a fun time. It also is not surprising that she just had fun and didn't have to worry about it because she didn't have to worry about anything. Love is Blind covered her wedding. So Taylor and Garrett's wedding goes off too. Both couples are married. So the two couples that survived, Ashley and Tyler, and Taylor and Garrett. Now we will see what happens next week at the reunion episode. We'll see if they're still together. We'll see if some new secrets came up. I'm very curious to see what they say about the Ashley Tyler kids thing. I feel like there was some information that was obfuscated and maybe not fully revealed. I feel like there was some information that Tyler didn't really tell Ashley, and maybe kind of like sugar-coated during their explanation. So I'm curious to see what they say there, but we will find out next week. For now, that is Love is Blind season 7. That is like the main arc of the episode. 24 people entered the experiment. 2 couples ended up getting married. So make sure to check it out on October 25th, 2024. And if you do watch it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.